everyone. For the video this time, I'm going to start this off by talking about mental health and why it's important to me in general, stuff like that. Starting off pretty much, mental health, it's important for a lot of things. I mean, there's how many classes and jobs dedicated to mental health alone. So I guess that's one of the ways to show you that's important. I mean, it's an important aspect of psychology. But anyway, mental health, I mean, I don't know about you, but I think mental health is important because you want to know if the mentality you have for yourself is a healthy one. I mean, if you're upset or angry or sad all the time, obviously you might not have that good of a mental health going on and you might want to get some help. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I try to be happy a lot. I'm not, obviously, but I try to be, and I'd like to be happy a lot. Mental health's really important when it comes to jobs. I mean, people want to work with others who are mentally stable and sure of themselves. I mean, you don't want to work in a job where you're always questioning if your partner's crazy or if your superior has depression issues or anxiety issues. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, in the job world, mental health is really important. I mean, it's not something you want to talk about if you might have some minor mental health issues, but it's stuff they look for, you know? I mean, they do background checks. Some people have to go through psychiatric tests or, like, go see a therapist before they can even get a job interview. So, I guess that's pretty important. Mental health is also really important when it comes to relationships. Like, and not just any relationships, like all of them, with your family, with your friends, with a spouse or significant other. I mean, you want to have a good relationship with somebody, and to do that, I mean, if something's wrong with you up in your head or with them, it might have a negative impact on the relationship between you and another person. So, another reason why mental health is important, because I don't know about you guys, but I like having friends, I like having good relationships with my family and my boyfriend and stuff like that, so. But mental health, there's a lot of things going on with mental health. I mean, you can look up articles upon articles of, like, the disparities between mental health and ethnic minorities, how there's, like, a lot of differences of how people look at them and how people think other people's things go. And, like, should there be a classification standard nationally for mental health and stuff like that? So, I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Hey, people like to take care of themselves. Everyone asks why. Some people just try to give up, people in, like, depression and stuff like that. Well, I think it's important to take care of yourself before you even hit that margin. Like, if you go to the doctors or therapists and they give you some sort of medication for yourself to make you feel better, take it. Don't not take their advice or ignore them. Just follow their instructions and you'll feel better. If you don't try to take care of yourself, then it's going to wind up being like a downward spiral. You'll wind up losing your job, dropping out of school, falling behind and everything. You could lose your house, wind up like a hobo and walk around the street asking for money, and even go to Dr. Chase's car. And he won't even know who you are and be disappointed. But everyone has to take care of themselves for multiple reasons. Because you could save yourself in the future. You can make sure that your life's set. You want to have a great future, family, kids, everything. But if you don't take care of yourself, you wind up like some of the like far away countries where you're struggling for food, struggling to take care of your family, just having an all over terrible time. And mental illness plays a huge effect in that because a lot of people that have mental illnesses like schizophrenia and stuff, they don't take their medication, they don't like it, they run havoc, and some even commit crimes. And it's a huge problem because it's becoming more and more common with bipolar, depression, general anxiety, the weird phobias, the schizophrenia. Everything is just overwhelming a lot of people, and a lot of them have medication, but they just refuse to take them. And if they take their medication, then it'll make their lives easier, and all their family and loved ones would be a lot better. But when they don't, problems occur, and sometimes law enforcement's brought in, and charges have been caught for multiple people. I know the one Scott Panetti in Texas was almost supposed to be executed last night in Texas because he killed his in-laws, but he showed signs of schizophrenia at the age of like 10, and he refused to take medication and take care of himself, and eventually grew up to murder. And their family tried to do everything they could. They had him institutionalized. Like in 10 years, he was in like 13 different hospitals for schizophrenia, and he refused to take medication all the time. And when he finally got out, he killed his in-laws and was arrested. He actually turned himself in, and they had him, he was sentenced to death, and they were worrying about how he was mentally ill and he didn't take care of himself. So the court was the governor, Harry, was nice enough, or I couldn't really say nice enough, but did the right thing when he called off the execution and decided to have him looked at and find out if he was actually ready to be executed. And just everyone needs to take care of themselves, and the world will be a better place.
So overall, like Kat and Josh said, mental health is obviously very important, but I would say, and I'm sure many other people would agree, that it's more important than physical health. You hear a lot about physical health and how much of a problem it is in America, but nobody really talks about mental health and the mental aspects. There's many things that go into it, and a lot of people are also in denial about themselves mentally. People may feel like they're stable when they're really not. They may just get comfortable with a certain niche or a certain group who tells them everything is okay when they're in denial and they're really not. That's a major problem in this country, and that's why you see things like Columbine and Virginia Tech and anything of that matter. That's why those things happen. Because people who are mentally unstable, who just can't control themselves. But for the most part, if people like that, anyone with a mental disability, just took the time to see a psychologist, took 30 minutes out of their day, they can make a difference for themselves and for the whole United States of America. So, next time you may question yourself or feel that there may be something wrong up in your head, or you're feeling terrible about it, don't be in denial and go talk to a therapist, because there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like going to the gym. People see you when you're at the gym, so what does it matter? If you go to a therapist, you're having a one-on-one conversation. So don't be afraid, and don't be in denial, because mental health is extremely important. If you don't have yourself mentally, then what do you have? It doesn't matter. Another problem with mental health is that it's not focused on throughout the world. It may be uprising in America, there's many other countries that don't even take it into effect. It doesn't even matter. Psychology is nothing. So that's obviously another major problem that needs to be fixed. And maybe one day, hopefully one day it will be. But a major focus does need to be put on mental health, for sure, because it's much more important than people think it is. So, as long as people have issues, psychologists will always have a place. Psychology is strongly growing, and I suggest that everyone keep themselves mentally in check, and if you're not, don't be afraid to see a psychologist at any time. Thank you.